Hey, man, we live. It's your boy Sarge, man, at the Iron Elite Podcast. It's Sunday, yep. And it's Happy Jaguar Football Day. You dig? I'm telling you now, man. If you don't know, Duval is in the house, man. So we won today. So everything's all good. Hey, some people asked me the other day, they said, hey, Sarge, do you talk about anything other than motorcycling? I said, yep, I talk about the Jaguars, man. So that's what's up, man. So, hey, today I got a special treat for everybody, man. I got down to pound, man. And we're going to be talking about I-10 to the end. But this time, we're talking about bringing a whole pack across the country, man. All kind of folks, all kind of stuff going on. So we're going to break it down, man. And hopefully by the end of this podcast, we're going to teach you guys how to not only make a cross-country trip safely, and not want to scratch each other's face out by the time you make it to the end. But we're going to also talk about how to do it in a large group. So, hey, fellas, man, what's happening, man? Down the pound in the house, what's happening?
What up? What up with the Sarge?
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's going down?
Hey, I'm going to say this, man. I got my West Coast G's in the house, man. I'm just saying, Sarge's going to put it out there. The West Coast is the best coast when it comes to this motorcycle game, man. I'm just saying.
saying. You have to believe it.
Hey, I'm putting it out there, man. So nobody can at me right now. I'm gonna say a couple of things, man, that people might not like in the South, but I'm gonna put it down because, hey, look, man, the truth is better served. You feel me? Anybody disagree?
That's right.
Hey, so before we start this off, fellas, a couple of things. There's two things I'm gonna say real fast. The first thing is, y'all refresh my memory, man. This is like 2015. It was a cat named, what's his name? Just Blaze? Was this cat down the pound?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. He's talking about.
I know who he's talking about. Yeah, yes, he was at one time. Yes, he was.
Videos. Man, I'm gonna just say this real quick, man. I'm gonna just keep it vanilla. Man, about 2015, man, this cat used to make these videos, man. Some of the baddest videos out there, man. He got the music going, and he putting on the Rolly or the RP watch, what it was. He getting on the motorcycle, man. He had everything together, and he's pounding. Going to the AZ, man. I just catch that cat videos, man, and I just think, God damn it, man, I want to be just like that. I don't even know, man, but he has some of the coolest motorcycle videos out there, man. So I just want to put that out.
He captured that a great light. So, we were really happy about that young man as well. So he always documented, like you said, a lot of good things.
Yeah,
every
he did.
time we moving from state to state. So you're definitely right. People look out. You're not the first.
Hey, the video was cold, man. I just got to give it up, man. I'm just going to say that real quick. Hey, but on a serious tip, I want to say pretty similar to this time last year. Remind me, country, if my dates are off. There was a catastrophic thing happened about tail end of summer with the accident. Am I correct?
Oh yeah, my accident. Yeah, it was. It actually happened in October.
In October, boy, yep. I tell you, boy. And I remember this. If you don't mind, country, I'm just gonna say this real fast. I remember hearing about it. I remember reaching out. I remember talking to you a couple of times about what had happened, what it went on. And all I could do was, man, pray and say, man, I really hope my man be back on this motorcycle soon, ride, man. But you never know. You never know. You just stay prayed up, man. And you put faith in God Almighty, man, that he's going to do the right thing and he's going to take care of things, man. But I'm going to tell you this, brother. God bless you, man. You are blessed, bro. I see this guy go through what he has to do, build himself back. And next thing you know, he reaches out and he tells me, say, Sarge, man, I'm coming across the country, man. Me and my brothers, and we're going to do this 10 to the end, man. And we're going to come light Florida up, man. So I want to say to this, man, to you, man, I want to say, brother, mad salute. Mad salute. And that's real.
I appreciate it, brother. Hey, your prayers, along with everybody else's prayers, was definitely answered because I bounced back.
Yeah, man, that was bananas, man. That just tells us all, man, we live every day as if every day is the last day, man, because we never know. Yep. So let's enjoy this motorcycle to the fullest. So, hey, man, so fellas, what we're going to do to start this thing out, if you guys don't mind, we're just going to go across the room and we're going to let everybody introduce themselves to the world, if that's cool.
Yes, sir.
National Prez, you want to start first, sir?
Oh, no problem. Okay, yeah. My name is BJ. I'm the co-founder and national president of Down the Pound MC.
That's what's happening.
Then you have my name's Jody. I'm the co-founder of Down the Pound, and currently the Phoenix chapter president.
Okay.
And I'm Country, Down the Pound MC, National Sergeant at Arms.
That's what's up. That's what's good. So there it is, man. So we come up with this crazy idea because Down the Pound also got some motorcycle commitments they got to do. So we come up with this crazy idea. I think initially you guys had planned that y'all were going to hit Next Level Florida. Am I correct? Next Level Tampa.
Yep, that's right.
So these guys, they get together, man. They say, hey, man, we getting ready to hit Next Level Tampa, but Sarge, we see you in the wheelhouse, man. We want to come down. We want to support this social experiment. So Down the Pound is getting ready to make this ride. So fellas, we know how an individual can make a ride. I know, we get on the motorcycle, we plan, we get our little AAA together, we get our insurance together, we get our emergency fund together. But when it comes to a club, and let's be honest, I'm in a club too, man. Everybody in your club know everything about motorcycle riding. It gets a little tricky sometimes. Am I correct? Always. Everybody know everything. But for this particular ride, you guys had to organize this. You guys had to put it together to be able to deal with maybe weather situations, maybe health situations, whether motorcycle maintenance situations, whether, hey man, are you good with your emergency fund situation and time off for PTO, et cetera, et cetera. Y'all had to put all this stuff together to be able to do a MC run, also do 10 to the end, and be able to get all your club members back safe and sound at the time frame that they have to get back. Is that correct? Did I miss anything?
That's correct.
Absolutely.
That's correct.
Okay.
I definitely, with you making that statement, we definitely have to give hats off to our sergeant at arms that also does double duty as our road captain when we do our organizational runs. So Brother Country helps us, in mapping out those runs, the gas stops, bed down areas. So like you said, we put a lot of thought into it. There's a lot of planning that goes into it. And by us having a good group of individuals in our national cabinet that BJ is leading, we're able to really get this through and make sure that we all get there safely and sound and make sure no brothers left behind. So not only did we do the I-10 to the end and also support others such as Next Level, we also did our own coast to coast from Pacific to Atlantic. So
that's right.
There was a lot.
Yeah, that's right, man. So hey, so let's get into it, man, because it's not as easy as it sounds. So we'll take it from you, Country. We'll let you kick this thing off, man. So when did you guys actually start putting the plan into place? And what were some of the coordinating instructions that you guys did to start for this ride?
Well, see, we have been planning it, man, since we announced. We always talk about what we're gonna do for make our Mando organization run for the year. So we start making the actual plans, and I think it was like January, February timeframe. So we set the stage at that point, and from there we just start making plans. Everybody making sure they money right, making sure rooms are booked, making sure their bikes are ready to go. So everybody had enough time, to prepare for it.
Prepare for it. You're right. So in your guys' pack, did you guys have any type of say folks who had medical conditions that you had to plan for? Maybe you might have folks in the pack who had maybe diabetes, high blood pressure, those type of things that were anemics, whatever. Did you guys have any of those type of issues that y'all had to plan and be prepared for?
Actually, no. We didn't have any kind of medical issues and nothing like that. And thankfully, fortunate enough, we didn't even have any motorcycle issues going across. That's rare. So for a pack that big to go across country, all the way across country, and don't have not one motorcycle problem.
Okay,
and that we didn't, but I think also to Country's point, you know, the way that it was planned out, if you did have any of those health issues, we did take care of those by making sure that our stops were long enough to make sure that each one had an opportunity to hydrate,
Right.
take any medication that they may not, you know, may have not disclosed to us. But
Mhm.
I believe Country and BJ did make sure that those things were allowed for by giving the amount of time with
Yeah.
such a large group. We had 16 individuals. So we made sure that, you know, those individuals had plenty of time to hydrate and as well as relax and get themselves together. So we may not have known about their personal
Mhm.
medical conditions
Right.
and whether they were medical or not. I believe Country and BJ made sure that everyone did have a safe ride and make sure that
Yep.
they did have a comfortable safe ride with the bed downs and times like that.
Yep.
That's what. So say, as you were speaking about that, actually, I was thinking, uh, and I'm guilty of this sometimes too. Say, record of emergency data. You know, that's something we used to talk about in the Marine Corps all the time. If something happens to you, did you guys have a certain member in the club who had everybody's point of contact just in case something happened? Or did you have somebody back in the rear at the clubhouse who had all this information? How did you guys work that detail? Or was that something that you talked about?
Well, that I'll just take this one, then let Country or BJ speak to it. But what we try to do is make
Okay.
sure that our road captain of each chapter has that information. And again, that's something that is not forced upon each member,
Mhm.
but it's heavily suggested. So if they choose to give us and disclose that information, we do
Right.
have that. Because at
Okay.
times, you know, as you grow, such as Down to Pound has grown, sometimes you may not know that individual's government name, right?
Right.
So
Right.
things start to get, you know, out of control. So you have to have that with the road captain in hopes that if something does happen like that, we do
Mhm.
have any information that he has disclosed to us. But
Okay.
again, that's at, you know, at his discretion.
Okay, yeah, makes it. I'm gonna tell you now, if I ride with Down the Pound, man, I need y'all to have my record of emergency data, bro. Because I
Hey,
need y'all to if
and we'll
anything
have it
happen
as
to me,
long
I
as you
need y'all
give
to
it
holler
to
at
us.
mama.
Yeah, as long as you give it to us, we'll
That's
have
for
that.
sure, man.
So
Hey, tell my wife, damn it. Or
that's
she
right.
coming for
That's
you. I'm gonna
right.
tell you that now. She coming for you. So,
That's right,
okay,
man.
okay, so we know normal motorcycle maintenance. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and say that whether it be a 5K, 10K, from front tire to rear tire. Was there anything else other than the normal motorcycle maintenance that you guys do or you prepare for when we're talking about going yonder to the point where you guys are going? Because if my memory serves me correct, some of you guys did over 6,000 miles. Am I correct? Because
Yes,
some of you guys
sir.
actually went down to Key West as well, right?
We had guys go down to Key West. We had some other guys go up north, Niagara Falls. They went to New York. You know,
Man, that was
yeah,
someplace.
we had a couple of packs, man, and they you know we got the miles in. Like I said, we had a couple of one pack that left a little earlier than us, and they headed
Mhm.
north. You know, that like I said, they went to the falls. They went to New York. They went through Chicago. Hollered at Next Levels National up there. So yeah, we definitely did that. So once again,
Okay.
a lot goes into it. Like I said, it's don't let nobody lie to you and tell you you can just jump out there and do it. I mean, it's possible, but you should really try to map it out, plan it, and don't let nobody lie to you, tell you it's easy. That's why it's something that a lot of people don't do, and especially with a big pack. There's a lot that goes into it.
I'm glad you said
You want
that
to
because
elaborate, Country?
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead, country.
Yeah, I elaborate, man. And all I'm gonna say is, man, we got some crazy, crazy dudes in our organization, man.
you,
And I
you
say
ain't
that
lying.
because we came all the way across, man, from Santa Monica to Jacksonville. We bedded down. We had 3 bed downs: one in El Paso, one in Houston, and one in Jacksonville. Once we got there, before we went down to Tampa. So we were supposed to bed down in Jacksonville. We got to Jacksonville after we met up with you, Sarge. We went to Jackson, went on to the beach to end the coast to coast. Jody, I don't know how many brothers he took with him. They
Clutch.
left from Jacksonville and went straight to
Yeah.
Key West. They didn't bed down or nothing.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
And BJ took a few brothers. They didn't bet.
Straight on into Tampa.
They left
Yeah.
Jacksonville and went to Tampa that night.
Yeah, y'all was
Yeah.
not going to be denied. And we going to talk about it because actually I got some funny stuff to talk about that as well because y'all wasn't playing, man. Y'all wasn't playing. But I tell you what, if you guys don't mind, let's take it from, okay, so now, what date was the official date that we left LA, that we left Santa Monica Pier?
The 23rd, 3 a.m. on the 23rd of
3
June.
a.m.
I know because it was my son's birthday. It cost me a lot of money to leave on his birthday, so it was the 23rd.
Oh, you had to pay for
Yeah.
that?
You know.
I think I lost country. Let's see if we can pick country back up real quick.
All right.
Let me give me 1 second, fellas. Hang tough. I'm gonna see if I can send them another link. Okay. Let's see, 1 second. Okay, I just popped him on another link, so hopefully there we go. We're gonna pop it back in. All right, got you, brother. Okay, I thought we lost you.
bad.
All right.
Okay, so we leave Santa Monica Pier at 3 a.m. Okay, so anybody can take this. Take me through, okay, the first leg of the journey, what we were trying to accomplish on the first leg, and what kind of stuff we experienced, maybe weather, construction, any type of administrative things that went on. Can y'all take me through the first day, if you don't mind?
Go ahead, roll country.
All right. So the first day, our objective was every day. Let's just say every day of the leg. Our objective was to ride from sun up to sundown. We wasn't trying to ride at night at all. So, being said that, our miles in between each bed down was probably about no more than 800 miles.
Okay.
Yeah, about 825.
Yeah, and that gave
Something like
the plan was to try to get there at a suitable time where everybody can bed down, eat, get plenty of rest in order to wake up and do it all over again next day. So we left Santa Monica that morning around 3 o'clock. Had everybody be ready at 3 o'clock at the sign. We met up at 2:30 at the gas station. Met up at the sign at 2:45. We left the sign at 3 a.m. First day, our objective was to get to El Paso. It was a smooth ride. I knew it wasn't gonna be no weather. The temperature was gonna be perfect. Especially coming across Arizona, it wasn't too hot that time of the year. So it was a smooth ride, man, all the way to El Paso. We didn't have no problems.
Okay, so no issues with construction on the highway.
Nah, not the first day.
Okay, coming through Phoenix pretty smooth. So you say
Yeah.
because and that weather's so tricky this time of year because I think we'll get there. 'Cause I think going out it was perfect. Coming back, yeah, not so much.
Yeah.
Hey, going it was not perfect. That first leg was perfect. That second leg was something different, but we'll get into that too.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
what do you gentlemen suggest if I'm pounding the time of year that you guys came across country, heated suits, chaps? What do you guys suggest as far as what I should pack as far as survival gear on the bike?
Everything.
All 4 pieces, right?
And the reason why I say everything is because Mother Nature, man. So you can try to predict it. You can try to prepare for it, but it changes on you. You know what I'm saying? Within a day or two, things could change. Yeah, we always plan for it, but I always say it's always better to have it and not need it than even don't have it. I pack heated gear, rain gear, everything. Anytime I go somewhere.
Right.
And that time of year, definitely needed all of that, as well as a camel pack, to stay hydrated. You also, just something you don't think about if you wear glasses, make sure you have some type of wipes to clean your glasses, clean your visors. Visors fog up, if you have the double visor where, the anti-fog, those things, a lot. Like you said, because of the weather and the temperature changing, you get the, fogging of the lenses. So those are some things that, you just may not think about. But definitely, I mean, and myself, and a couple of us went as far as to even put deer whistles on our bikes.
Do those things work? Do they work?
I think so.
Well, Well, we hope so. Luckily, we haven't hit any deer, so we're gonna say yes.
Yeah. You know, some people tell me, man, they work. You gotta get them. So some people say, sorry, don't worry about it. So
hey, if there's deer, I'm happy. So
yeah, for sure.
We saw plenty of deer as we were coming through there. So
I guarantee you did. Yeah. So
you know, one thing too, Sarge, to interject. Let me just say, with a pack as big as us, Cycle Gear made a whole lot of money going up and back. Cycle Gear made a whole lot of money, and Harley. So you know, just let me say that. Because you know, if you a guy that don't take our advice and don't take everything you need, I promise you, you'll be Googling Cycle Gear or Harley Shop or something, and you're gonna spend whatever's in your pocket to try to get warm. Trust me. So, like Jody said, take everything. Like Country said, take everything.
Hey, Sarge, I swear to you, for a whole 10 months, I've been telling them what to get, make sure they have this, make sure they have that. And guess what? Like BJ said, some people still didn't listen. And they learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Somehow gloves seriously got somehow they were missing. So they all look the same. You can't tell who's got who at that point. So I know BJ don't want to hear about my gloves again. But
nah, I don't want to hear about your gloves, brother. But hey, I will tell you this. Hey, I will tell you this. You get out there in that 20-degree riding weather, you know what I'm saying? And we hit some of that, brother. You'll spend whatever's in your pocket and call the wife for some more money to get warm. I'll tell you that. So at the end of the day, like I said, anybody taking this trip, man, take whatever, no matter what the weather's like where you at, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Hey, take everything. Like Country said, take everything. You'll be Googling the stores trying to find something. Trust and believe.
Hey, you'll be spending all your trick money on nothing but
all of it.
You won't be buying no beer, no cigars, no nothing, because everything is gonna be going to buying that gear. You right. Hey man, and I'm gonna say this. Can I say this real quick? Do not buy the clearance rain suit. Don't do it, man.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Buy a good suit, man. Pay for it the first time. Hey, I'm sorry, Country. What you get ready to say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, you know, even during the summertime, man, people think that you won't need, you know, heated type of gear, but you know, if you going across country, you go through the desert at nighttime, the temperature drops a lot, so you never know when you'll even need that, even during summertime.
Not only that, man. You know, we ain't got no mountains in Florida. I'm gonna just say that now. I'm just putting it out there. We ain't got no mountains in Florida, so. You know, what I find when I go out that way, especially coming through, what is it, before Tucson and Arizona, what are those mountains we cross the Arizona state line? Is it a particular name for those mountains?
Nah.
Just the mountains out there in Arizona. Yep. Is it what coming in? What is that place called? Red Rock or something like that? Is it called Red Rock? Right before you come into Tucson. It's really pretty mountains. They got all the
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name for it.
Yeah, but coming in that area and in certain parts of coming into Cali, when you're coming in the mountains, man, the temperature go from 59 degrees to 21 degrees.
Yeah, especially going across Palm Springs.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I was kind of curious on that the first day. So the first day of the leg, well, y'all really coming through there during the middle of the day times because y'all took off at 3 a.m. So coming through the mountain to Cali wasn't too bad. The weather was pretty decent.
Oh yeah, the weather was perfect.
Okay, yeah, it was good. It was good.
Okay. So bad.
I put it this, the weather was so perfect, you know what I'm saying? Going out there, I mean, we'll get to the second or third leg, but even going out the whole trip, we didn't have to use no type of heated gear or nothing going across. Going out there.
Man, that's good stuff. Brother, I use heated gear.
Nah, not no heated gear.
I use heated gear going to heated gear. I use heated gear going to AZ run at the end of March. It's cold. Man, I ain't playing.
Oh yeah, it's still cold that time of the year.
Yeah. So the first day, LA to El Paso was 825.
It's about 730 miles, probably. I think something like that.
So what time did y'all shut down that first day?
That first day we shut down at like 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. I think.
7, yeah, right, about 6,
Yeah,
7.
6, 7.
We took our time on the first leg, you know. We picked up a couple of people, so you know.
Okay, bad. So you guys bedded down, got a good night's sleep.
Yep.
What the second day? What was your takeoff time?
4 a.m. Every leg was 4 a.m. I made sure. Hey, I have a whistle I carry with me. I said, if you ain't up out your room, I'm gonna blow this whistle. You definitely gonna hear it.
Hey, let me say this, man. Let me say this. Don't tell nobody, but we black people. I'm just saying this, man. How hard is it to get 16 people on a motorcycle at 4 a.m., man, and be kickstand?
Hey, it's tough, brother.
I'm gonna leave that to country.
Hey, Sarge, I'm gonna tell you, man, it's tough trying to get 16 people up and be on their not up at 4 a.m. on their bikes ready to go at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Yikes. Hey, if it's anything like I know, it's something they can get up at 3:45 and be on the motorcycle at 4.
Well, you know, not to put it out there, but especially when you got guys that like to drink apple juice after we bed that, you know, after we get somewhere and bed down, you know, people like to drink apple juice. So, you know, that apple juice make it a little bit harder to get up at 4 in the morning also.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
hey, Sarge, that bend down at a decent time, it was like a gift and a curse, man. You know, you get there enough time where they can drink a little bit and still
apple juice.
Yeah. Hey, man, that apple juice will roll something else, ain't it?
Apple juice and orange juice.
Hey, that's our story. That's what we sticking with. That's our story.
Hey, we sticking with that
for sure.
What'd you say, Jody?
I was saying I stayed on that ibuprofen the whole time, so that was my between that and potassium and keeping me from cramping. Those were some of the main things that really worked for me. Wow.
I think I saw you with a cup of apple juice, Jody. Don't be fronting, Jody.
No.
Hey, we having a good time with this, man. But for real talk, the fellas are right, man. Hydration,
yes, for sure,
man.
For sure.
What other things, fellas? Give me some quick secrets from the highway so we can keep ourselves from cramping up, from making sure we stay hydrated. What about protein? What are we doing on the highway for protein? We eating nuts or those type of things, or what we doing?
I stick with trail mix myself. So I do a lot of trail mix, the energy trail mix. So that's what I keep handy and a lot of electrolytes. So Gatorade or whatever I can get my hands on, because there's a lot of variations of it nowadays, right? But that's what I think country does a little bit different.
Does anybody use that adult Pedialyte? I find, man, that works really real well for me. You use adult Pedialyte. Yeah, that stuff is the truth. It don't taste like crap. I mean, it tastes like crap, but it works like
it's nasty as hell.
I have heard that it works. I don't do that.
It's fine, man.
Everybody got their own solution,
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, hey, and you know what? I gotta give a shout out real quick. Myself and Jody can vouch for this. Shout out to the boy Big Cell, man. He put us on this stuff called what is it? Red? What was it, Jody? Red Line. Hey, shout out to Big Cell, man.
Amazing.
FHO, man. That Red Line, brother.
Yeah.
Keep you up, no crash. Myself and Jody was on it all the way home, brother. And if you get tired, shout out to Red Line. I need a check. But Red Line peanuts and beef jerky for me, man. And we rolling.
Okay, so like, to be honest, I haven't touched a Red Bull since or our 5 hours, since then. That stuff really but no crash.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. So okay, so we push out, we El Paso down, we ready, we done got up 4 a.m. and we got the posse moving. So we getting across the desert floor at this point. Well, I'm gonna take you guys' word for it. Y'all say it wasn't chilly. It's chilly to me out there in that desert, ain't no playing, but So you guys came through smooth through, pulling into San Antonio. Any morning rush hour issues? Any construction issues going through San Antonio?
I'll let BJ take it. Go ahead, BJ.
Yo, because I was laughing.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, let me tell you something. We won't be going to Florida this time of year anymore. I think across the board. We hit some fog, brother, and some rain that let me tell you, going into San Antonio, man, you couldn't see probably 2 car lengths ahead of you, honestly. When we left El Paso getting through, and I think we went through like a hill area, a mountain area, something like that.
Going
It
to
just started. Yeah. And it just started coming down and the fog was crazy. And you know, of course, we just powered through it. I mean, because we all pretty much are experienced riders. We did have a couple of first timers that we really are proud of them brothers, and we gave them their props. None of us are first timers, but we had a couple of first timers with us. So, you know, that's why we planned the trip as safely and, you know, as efficiently as we did. And that's another reason why we didn't want to do a lot of night riding. But unfortunately, we did have to do some night riding. But yeah, that trip from El Paso to San Antonio this time of year, you got to go up and through these mountains. And we hit some fog and some rain that was serious. I mean, you couldn't even see, like I said, 2 car lengths ahead of you. You know, you just got to break it down, power through it. You know what I'm saying? Drive at a safe speed. But it came down on us crazy that second leg.
You know, I would say, man, that's the most stressful part of the ride for me. That the run from once I get on the other side of Bernie, Texas, all the way to El Paso, I just stress out, man. It just, especially if it's a little dark or like you say, inclement weather or whatever, man, is because you out there, you just out there. You know, you better know what you're doing, and you better stay prayed up. Am I correct? You guys feel that way? I mean, in the middle of the day, too.
Yeah, I mean that's why we had shout out to Net, you know, that did her I-10 to the end. She was ahead of us. She was originally going to ride with us, but then she said she wanted to try to do it by herself. But but like I was telling her, and I told a couple other people, Boston and Icy, when they came across, you know, the main reason why we been down El Paso is because we didn't want to go through that sector between there and San Antonio during the nighttime, man, because that's Deer Alley this time of the year.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So it's best to go through there during the daytime, you know, when you can see everything.
Okay, so any issues? Well, that's a big issue because that fog was, and we'll get on to it because that fog was, it went all the way as far east as Louisiana because there's a big pile up on the bridge going across. I don't know what is that.
I think it was a 75 or 50, no, not the 75, 55. No. It was a 55.
Yeah, but that thing went all the way. It went all the way across. Was that bridge on the 50? I thought the bridge was on the 10.
No, the accident you're talking about was on the 55. It
was on the 55, which 55 takes you up to Jackson. Okay, so all I remember is during that time from y'all come that fog. It stretched from Texas all the way through Louisiana and some parts of Mississippi. So it was something serious, gentlemen. It was something really, really serious that time frame.
I will say, I knew we was gonna get rain the second day. I knew we was gonna get rain, but. And I told everybody, you know, when we got to leave from El Paso, I said, make sure you put your rain gear on now because we're gonna catch rain between here and Houston. Just put it on and keep it on for the whole leg, or whatever. But I did not expect that fog. I didn't even know it was gonna be foggy like that. Literally, we got on the highway, and you know, as soon as we hit the fog, I literally had to drop it down, put the flashes on. We was doing probably about 35 miles per hour.
Yeah, about 30, 35, 40. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. I bet you during that time ain't nobody playing with their Bluetooth, ain't nobody worried about their station.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell. Hey, speaking of that, brother Sarge, I'm gonna tell you something else. Somebody like myself, not bragging, but my bike is all custom music, all that.
Right.
You probably need to have 2 bikes to buy a lot of covers, man. Your music gonna take a beating. If you like myself, definitely invest if you're going to take your bike and you have CVO bags and all that. Buy them rain covers, man. Buy every rain cover that you can find on, Amazon, wherever. You know what I'm saying? Google it. Helped me a lot. I did have rain covers on top of my speaker, my saddlebag lids for my speakers. because your bike is going to take a nice little beating. And if you have custom music and them pop-up screens and all that,
Oh yeah,
be ready to spend some be ready to spend some money when you get back home, because
I was always told also
you gonna hit some weather. So
yeah, I was told
just to let you know.
when the weather's that bad, did you just turn your whole system off? I was told just turn the whole thing off.
Yeah, I turn mine off. I turn mine completely off, and I don't turn it back on until I feel like my speakers are completely dry. Because
Right.
because
I guess
when you playing, when your speakers get wet, it's just fabric, so the fabric is going to get soft. So
Yeah.
when you playing it and the beat is hitting, it's going to eventually disintegrate. You know what I'm saying, the fabric. So my installer, give him a shout out real quick, Long Way Soul Brothers out here. He's one gave me that advice. Make sure whenever rain comes or you hit water, turn it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I like to party in the rain, so I was playing my music. I just take the hit, man. The fog of the rain was coming, and I was partying shit. So I just took the hit.
Some of us got paper like that. BJ, some of us got paper like that.
You know what I was gonna say? I'm glad you said that, because
that's
the
first
too much
lie
money.
you told.
Hey, I'm glad you said that, because I spent way too much money on mine.
That's true also.
Hey, anything on my bike break, I don't care if it's $75, man. I'm crying.
I tell you. All right, so the second day we did catch rain. We got to Houston probably around. It was a little dark. We got to Houston actually, I think. So that was one of the longest legs of the trip. It was like 800 some miles, I think. And we got there probably about 8 o'clock.
So
about 8 o'clock, yeah.
So real quick, from El Paso to Houston, what are we looking at miles?
I think, like I said, I think it was about
a little over 800.
About 800.
Yeah,
a little over.
Yeah, because from Phoenix to Houston is what, about $1,000? About 1,000, a little over 1,000 maybe.
It's over 1,000. I think it's 1,200. Ain't it, Jody?
Phoenix to Houston is about 1,200 miles.
Oh, 1,200.
Yeah, about 1,200.
Okay, so now we're in Houston, right? Are we at bed down time? Are we at 6 o'clock?
We bedded down. Yep.
Okay. Any issues getting into Houston?
Do we have any issues?
No.
We didn't have any issues going to Houston. Nope.
Okay. So we get into Houston at 6. It's second day, man. We brushing our shoulders off. We probably feeling pretty good, but we about ready to get to Florida now. Am I correct? We about ready to get to Florida. We didn't have fun.
Absolutely.
So what was our plan on the third day? Was it another 4 a.m. get down?
Yes, sir. Another 4 a.m. get up.
Was it?
I think we didn't. Go ahead, Sarge.
No, so we tried at 4 a.m. or we accomplished that at 4 a.m.
6.
I don't think we left till 6.
Yeah, I think we left about 6 that day.
Yeah. Well, 6 is black people, 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. So we take off. So now at this point, the goal is to bring it all the way into Jacksonville. Am I correct?
Yep. The goal was to bring it all the way in, man. 870 miles, something like that.
That was the longest. That was the longest leg, country. I think it was damn near 900.
It was 900.
It was 900.
Yeah, close to 900. Yeah,
921, I believe.
Yeah,
wasn't it, Jody?
928.
Yeah, 9. That was the longest leg.
That was the longest leg of the trip.
And then because y'all left at 6 a.m., that means you getting to Duval real late.
And yeah, as you see, we did.
Absolutely.
So we coming across Houston. Any issues in Louisiana that we need to discuss or talk about? Any weather problems? Any construction? Beaumont, Texas? Anything like that? Okay.
I don't think
I mean, weather-wise, going into Jacksonville, it was pretty smooth.
It got cold.
It got cold, yeah, but it was beautiful, man. Like going over for me, I just enjoy the road and the scenery. Going over all the bridges and the water. The water, different waters out there heading into Florida, man, was really, really nice. But we saved the longest leg for last. And
that panhandle ride, a lot of
Man,
people
that
wouldn't know.
panhandle ain't no joke.
Bro, it'll punish you because a lot of
It-
people they got this illusion that once I make it to the Florida state sign, I'm in here. You ain't in there.
Shit.
You
Hey,
got
no matter how many times I come across, no different in Texas. No matter how many times I go across that state and go across that panhandle, man, it's still long.
that's a long ride. And I think when you guys hit the panhandle, it was just starting to become dusk. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it was starting to become dusk. How was visibility back there on the panhandle? You coming through Pensacola, around Panama City area, Tallahassee. How was the visibility back there?
So going across, man. Again, we was fortunate enough not to have any weather issues except when we was going through that fog, and hit that rain between El Paso and Houston. But between Houston and Jacksonville, we didn't have no problem with the weather. It got cold, like Jody said, at night. Once we when we cross Tallahassee, it started cooling off. And let me just say this: if you're doing a run with a pack, and you have a chase truck, and you have your gear, and I made the mistake of separating myself from my. I made the mistake of separating myself from my gear in the chase truck, thinking that the chase truck is going to be, close to us, close enough to where we'll be able to still be at the gas station by the time they get there. Big mistake. I had to run from one gas stop to the next gas stop without my gear, man. And I said, that would never happen to me again.
His ass was freezing.
Yeah. Hey, I heard about
they was probably about 30, 45 minutes behind us, but I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to wait that long, man. I was like, look, I just tough it out. Let's go.
I was gonna say, because shout out to CMO driving that chase truck, because they kept us.
They
in
did their
sight.
thing. Yeah, they did
their
their
thing. Our chase truck driver was on point.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he was the first one I coordinated with. You guys got to Jacksonville, but
because we know after that last gas stop, we told him to just keep going. Don't stop.
Yeah, because me and him rapped for a while before y'all got it. So okay, now we're in Tallahassee. Temperature change. For some reason, temperature do change between Jacksonville and Tallahassee for some weird reason. It's a little colder out that way. I don't know how that plays in the soup between the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico, but somebody who's a meteorologist can put us on game with it. But I know back in that area, especially now that you guys are moving east of Tallahassee, it gets really, really dark back there because it's really, really rural area. And there's a lot of deer back there. Any
absolutely.
issues back there with visibility back there? Any issues back there with deer back there? Because there are a ton of them. I know you guys. But I'm sure you saw quite a bit on the highway coming in through that way, right?
Oh, we saw a few of them, admiring our bikes, and admiring our ride and our music, We saw a few of them seriously on a serious note. They were right there at the edge. Yeah, they were right there at the edge, feeding or whatever. They didn't come out. But definitely, brothers, like I said, anybody taking this ride, just be cautious. And I will say this, I rode in a lot of states. Them Florida folks ride that stretch of highway, that empty stretch of highway like a bat out of hell, man. They didn't give a damn. No, seriously, bro. They didn't give a damn. They was cutting in and out of our pack. They was cutting our pack off. If there was any gaps, which it wasn't a whole lot, but they were cutting in and out like they were driving like a bat out of hell once we got to Florida, bro.
You're right. Matter of fact, I witnessed it probably from Panama City all the way into Jacksonville.
Exactly.
Typically you have to slow down a little bit around Tallahassee area because that's where the Florida State Troopers, their headquarters, because it's state capital. But once you get outside of Tallahassee, man, it is game time. Ain't nothing
wide open, brother. And them cars and trucks are disrespectful. They don't give a damn about no bike, no pack, no nothing.
And
let me put that out there.
And I agree with you, BJ. I've never experienced anything like that ever in my life, where no matter how fast we were going, they were going faster.
Yep.
It didn't matter. If we were doing 90, they were doing 95, 100. And I mean, we're talking box trucks. We're not just talking regular passenger vehicles.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care, man. It's a ton of accidents that happen out that way too. But matter of fact, for all the riders that's on with us today, that's listening in and watching in, serious stuff, man. Especially if you're planning on doing the 10 to the end, serious stuff. That panhandle, don't disrespect that panhandle. Don't think you just go through there late at night and do whatever the heck you want to, man. You have to have a game plan for that panhandle, because normally when something really bad is going to happen, it's going to happen on that panhandle, because it's a lot of lack of supervision going on in the panhandle, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that did I sum it up, fellas?
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we feeling a little swole now. We in day 3. We can smell Jacksonville. You can smell it in there. You know you in Jacksonville now. So we I'm watching you guys now. Yeah, man, y'all sexy as you want to be now. I'm watching you on Glimpse, watching you on the 360 coming in. So the last, I'm figuring from when you split 75 to 10, you're making it on the end. Well, we're about a little over an hour out. Am I correct? About 60-something miles out. I don't know if
You talking about from Jacksonville?
Yeah, 75 crosses I-10 coming in Jacksonville, Lake City. Okay, so we bringing it in. So if you guys don't make, I think I lost Jody. Jody, I got you.
There you go.
Okay, I got him back. So taking it in, if you guys don't mind, take me in from that last stretch, that last hour. What did we see? What we go through? How was things going? How was the fatigue factor? Was everybody geeked up?
Yeah, that last stop, that last gas stop, before we coming into Jacksonville, it was the only thing we had problems with, like they were saying about the traffic, the cars going in and out of the pack or whatever. And I was doing, man, I led all the way over, so I was probably doing at that point probably about 85, 90 miles per hour. So
Yes,
that means everybody behind me is doing about 90 to 95, to keep pace. And we didn't have no problems, man. And then we seen I think I probably counted about 7, 8 deer on the side of the highway as we coming across. And then probably maybe like 10 miles before we actually got into the Jacksonville area, my boy Teflon from Next Level, he came out of nowhere, man. Came off an overpass somewhere.
Yeah.
Jumped in front of the pack.
Like an F1 flight.
Yeah, let me say this, man. Shout out to Tef, man. He's been my man 50 grand for years, man. We in different clubs, but me and Tef, we brothers. You dig, man?
Yeah,
Tef,
yeah.
Anytime I need Tef, man, what you see with Tef is what Tef truly is, man. He ain't no putting on. Tef is that.
He's a solid. Yeah, he's a solid brother for sure.
Very solid cat. So we make it into Jacksonville, and I'm gonna tell you, fellas, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give it over to you guys. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little embarrassed that day because I was tired. I had a bunch of stuff going on. I had Miss Net that came in early. I had club commitments. I had the clubhouse foolishness. I had a bunch of junk going on. But I said, okay, let me mount up. I grab a cup of coffee. I get down. I get to the gas station. I see Chase driver. He there. Everybody ready. We see you guys come in. And I'm going to paint the picture for everybody. And I'm going to give it to you guys. You know them hard that you hear them before you see them. I'm hearing across the overpass. I'm sitting at the gas station. And man, I'm hearing, West Coast sound got a little different sound. Y'all do a little bit different stuff with y'all exhaust out there. Y'all, mostly y'all guys, y'all rock a lot of the D&Ds, right?
The D&D fat cat, yeah.
Y'all rock a lot of the D&Ds out that way. So I'm hearing a lot of pipes coming in, man, and I'm seeing nothing but a sea of black. 16 motorcycles, man, coming in. Brothers looking fly as ever, man. I'm just telling you, fellas, no cap. When y'all pulled up to go to the gas station, man, I had goosebumps, man, on my arms. I don't normally do it because I get riders coming all the time. It's very rarely do I feel like, God damn it, man. I was jealous of you guys, and I know what y'all just went through. Man, y'all came in like some warriors, bro. And I'm gonna let y'all take it from this, and y'all tell me what the feeling was when you made it, because some of y'all still had to do some other stuff. So what was it when we got to Jacksonville?
Go ahead, Jody.
Hey, well, for me, I was excited. You know what I mean? I was dumb excited. I was ready to, I was elated that we all made it safely, no issues. And then I was just ready for the next part of the journey, and that push that, myself and a few other clutch, B Jizzle and Corn, we decided we're going to go all the way to 0. mile marker 0. So that was where we were just really excited. A great accomplishment was felt, and a lot of weight was lifted off our shoulders that we had made it from Pacific to Atlantic, pretty much as well. I-10 to the end, and it was just, for us, it was just amazing. It was almost like it was still daylight.
Wow.
So that's how I felt. And to accomplish it with so many of my club brothers, men that I call brothers, made it that much more exciting and thrilling for me, and a great sense of accomplishment for me.
Salute.
Let me just piggyback on that, man. Like I said, Sarge, we had a couple of first timers, first time ever across country. We had some guys who, just joined us. That was their first ride with us in our pack. And for that to go smoothly with all the planning in place and stuff like that, you probably saw when I got there, man, we was playing our music, we was doing us, we was dancing, man. Like, we're a club that we really enjoy each other. Like, we don't need nothing else. We don't care about the accolades, none of that. I mean, we really get down with each other. And, it was an enormous accomplishment, and like I said, getting off that bike in Jacksonville was just like, just like a breath of fresh air, man. And, a lot of us were still just ready to go. And, one thing I can say about our organization, we got some dudes they probably a little bit off, man, because, once again, these dudes was just ready to go. They was ready to hit it, and they was ready to get some more, you know what I mean? And we had guys that stayed up 36 hours straight, myself, a few of us did, a few bedded down, a few kept it going, but, not bragging on our organization or whatever, but definitely an accomplishment. We felt good. Thank you for receiving us. Thanks Next Level Teflon for receiving us on the highway, bringing us in. It feels good to see brothers that, just appreciate, and just acknowledge that, we definitely made a sacrifice to support brothers. So, shout out to them, Next Level, and all you brothers in Florida, man. But definitely felt great to achieve that,
Man, respect, Big Press. I'm gonna tell you this. If you ain't bragging on yourself, I'm bragging on y'all. I'm bragging. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Down to pound some bad mofos, man. I'm just saying it out there. I'm putting it out there, man.
One thing that I did hear from several of our members as well is they were extremely excited and happy to have made this ride with their founders of the organization that they joined. It's some larger organizations, that they are aware of. The founders, just are not, may not be able to ride or just don't ride at this point in time. For them to be able to make it with, several of our chapter presidents, make it with several of our national members, it was just an honor for them. And they really thanked us a lot. So I really have to say, I truly appreciate our organization for accepting us and acknowledging the sacrifice that the upper echelon does make, to not only make the organization run and keep it moving, but also we're in the trenches right along with them. So we're not just, chiefs, we're also willing to be Indians and enjoy what we do.
So you're trying to say leadership by example?
Yes, sir.
Hey, to piggyback what Jody said, and our leadership and my national sergeant, our brother, we've been doing this a long time. And, our motto is we're not going to ask it of you if we're not willing to do it ourselves. And we out there pounding that pavement with our guys, on every level, no matter what level it is. Shout out to, like I said, my sergeant in arms country, my co-founder Jody, and myself, and not bragging, but we got decent looking bikes also. And them bikes actually put miles on the highway. They're not just for show. They're not just to go around the corner. You know what I'm saying? We actually ride. Yeah. I mean, not to say it like that, because it is what it is. We're humble guys, but we ride the bikes that we got all this money in, and then they go where we go. When you see me, you're gonna see my bike. When you see Jody, you're gonna see his bike. Like Country said, he got a whole lot of money in the sound system. But when you see Country on all these runs, you're gonna see his bike, and I just say that to say, we're not leadership who preach it and then don't actually do it. We're gonna get in the trenches with you and we're gonna do it with you. So, shout out to, our organization, our leadership across the board, and thank you for this platform, Sarge. Appreciate you.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. I'm gonna say this. Country, do you have anything to add to this before we do this last segment, the good, the bad, the ugly? Did you have anything to?
Yeah, the only thing I'm gonna say is we got to Jacksonville Beach, man. Like I said, that's supposed to be our bed down location. Jody and his guys went down to Mount Market Zero. BJ and his guys, they were supposed to bed down, but they decided to go to Tampa. You know what I did? I went to sleep.
Bedded down.
Bed down, baby.
Bed down, baby.
Bed down, baby.
Sarge would have done it.
Hey, I could not get to that bed fast enough.
I'm gonna see y'all down south tomorrow, man.
So
hey, Sarge. But look, hey, I ain't gonna lie, and the guys that rode with me can attest to it. About 45 minutes into that ride to Tampa, we was like, this some bullshit. We was like, this some bullshit, man. But we powered through it and checked in our rooms before everybody. But once again, I want to reiterate, brother. You do it how you live, man. You do what you got in you, and don't let nobody tell you that none of this is easy. That's why everybody don't do it. But if it's in you and you want to get down and do it, just do it. Go ahead,
this is why I said that. Sorry, I said that as a segue to lead into what I'm about to say now.
Okay.
If you are going to lead a pack across the country, I say larger than 8 people, it is mentally exhausting. Because not in a bad way. No, I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean it in a bad way, because you got to think about when you're leading a pack. If you're a seasoned rider and you are ahead of a group of guys, you're supposed to know that the pack doesn't move unless you give them direction to move and you move with them. So to have to bring all of them across like that, and cascading us through all the traffic and make sure we stay on the 10 and all that, because there's a lot of merging going on just to stay on the 10. Because sometimes the freeway goes like this, and you just have to make sure you stay on the 10 and make sure everybody, don't spend a whole lot of time at the gas station, and make sure you're getting up on time. It's a lot as a pack leader. It's a lot on you. You know what I'm saying? So when we got to Jacksonville, I was mentally exhausted, but not in a bad way. I was just being satisfied that I got everybody there, and everybody was in one piece.
Hey, Country, you know why I'm laughing?
Why?
Cause look, I actually ride up front with Country, right? Me and Country ride up front. And I will tell you, you must love your brother when you're going across country. Just let me say that. And there's a lot of colorful conversations that are had. And you definitely get to know your brother better than you ever get to know him in your life when you go across country. Because as Country said, you get mentally exhausted. It definitely tests you. And you got to have love for your brother, man. And you will get to know him in a way you probably never got to know him before going across country. But that's why we love this shit. And
so, you know what? I'm glad BJ said that, because this again, we talking about leading a pack, across state line, across the 10. There was I can't remember where we was at the time when it happened, but I can tell that we had made a gas stop, and I was, telling everybody we would spend too much time at the gas station. In the beginning, in the first leg, we was spending way too much. Second, in the first leg, we was spending way too much time at the gas stop. And I noticed that what brothers was doing was getting off their bike, going inside the gas station to use the bathroom, but then they would grab snacks and stand in line. So I had to explain to them, look, when we ride like that and we with the pack, you have to make sure you grab enough snacks that's going to last you at least maybe 3 gas stops. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So that way you won't have to get off your bike every single time and go into the store, go into the gas station, had to stand in line. That just takes too much time. So on one of the gas stops, you know, I was rushing them, and I didn't want to rush them too much because, like BJ and Joe mentioned, we had a couple guys in the pack that had never ridden cross state lines, like they hadn't been no further in Arizona. So I didn't want to push them too hard, but push them, you know, hard enough to where we still got to where we need to go before, you know, within a decent time. So then, like I said, we got gas at one of the gas stations, and then I noticed that there was a little frustration on, you know, some of the brothers' face or whatever. And we got on the highway, and literally, I'm thinking in my head now, I'm replaying all this, you know, saying seeing their faces at the gas station while we was getting gas. So when we get it back on the highway, I'm replaying it in my head. So some told me, you know what, we need to have a powwow real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I can feel the frustration and the tension. So I directed us off the freeway. It was nothing out there. There was no gas station. It was just an off ramp. So I got the off ramp, got to the top of the off ramp at the stop sign, turned my bike off, got off the bike, and I just told everybody, come up here and let's talk real quick. So, you know, I gave my spiel, gave my speech or whatever, told them how I felt, told them, you know, things like this, riding like this, you know, I know it's gonna be mentally challenging because you with a lot of people and everybody, you know, saying sometimes wants to do their own thing at the gas station or whatever. But anyway, make a long story short, after I gave him that speech and gave him that powwow, man, it was smooth sailing after that.
Man, last thing.
No, go ahead.
Real quick, sorry not to cut you off, country. Just to add to it, please, when you go across country, well, not please, do it your way. But what we try to practice is stopping at truck stops. It's extremely wise to stop at truck stops only loves pilots only because no matter what issue you have, number one, they're gonna have enough bathrooms for you if you're in a large pack. Number two, they're gonna have probably anything you may need. And you know, we learned that over time. And if you can try to factor in truck stops in your journeys, showers, bathrooms, anything you may need maintenance wise for your motorcycle, whatever, they're gonna have it. All them off-brand gas stations, number one, they're not gonna have enough gas pumps. Number two, more than likely they're not gonna have what you need. And truck stops have food, they have showers, they have relaxed chairs, all that. Factor in loves, pilots, any of that kind of thing. Go ahead, Jody.
No, I agree with you. I was just piggybacking saying, yeah, you have enough pumps, you know, the food, they're 24 hours. It's a safe environment for anyone, you know, traveling by themselves, especially watching the I-10 to the end, seeing that it's not only men, it's women as well. You know, that's something that they should factor in, that it's a very safe environment for them. The safest that can be, right? You know, and they don't mind that you go in and sit in the trucker area if you needed to. So by far, it's the one of the better places to always stop.
That's what's up. Hey, man, for everybody listening tonight, and I'm not going to hold these guys too much longer, but for everybody listening tonight, man, these gentlemen dropped some jewels on us, man. I'm telling you, the stuff that you guys talked about being able to stop. Okay, I'm checking for the atmosphere, what Big Country is talking about, and I'm starting to see men are tired. They're getting tired. They're human. Stress, trying to focus on the motorcycle, trying to stop focus on the road, disrespectful truckers, the whole nine, all that mess going on. And then for him to be able to say, you know what, we need to stop and we need to recock. Be man enough to be able to sense that in the air, be able to bring the men together, still make the men feel like men, and say, hey, let's talk about this. Let's get things together. Let's refocus. Because if we don't and we continue to push out, fatigue gets in, stress gets in, and then typically when those things mix together, typically bad things happen on the road. Am I correct, gentlemen?
That's correct.
Absolutely.
So I'm telling you, if I didn't take nothing else away today from this interview, I took that away. Is that we have to, us men, us leaders, have to continue to lead, man, even when it's not convenient, even when we're tired, even when we're exhausted. we have to continue to lead, man, because it's not over until we get everybody in that pack, not just to Florida or just to California, but to get them back to their homes and back to their family safely.
Yep.
That's all I had to say, gentlemen. It's time to let y'all go. I don't want to let you go.
Wait,
but
I got one more thing.
Okay, go for it.
I said once we had this interview,
Okay.
I was gonna put it out there. I saw your interview that you did with Big Sale.
Okay.
And when you was talking to him about the pack coming across, and he mentioned that he brought like 30-something people or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. Let him tell you he brought 100. But I know he gonna see this interview.
Yeah.
And what I'm gonna tell him is,
right.
I know he brought a few people across, but I don't know where they met. They might have met at the Georgia state line, Alabama state line, or something like that.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell him, Big Sale, I challenge you. Because he said that he trying to downplay a little bit, not downplay, because Big Sale, we know we get down with him the long way.
Right.
So I'm gonna hey Big Sale, when you see this, I challenge you to bring 17 FHO, not just independent riders, not just people from other clubs. I challenge you. You want the record that we just did? I challenge you to bring 17 FHO members from I-10 to the end. You know what? I'm gonna make it better, Sarge. He ain't even got to do I-10 to the end. He live in Georgia, so go from Tibby Island, which is one coast, all the way to Santa Monica.
Hey, there it is, man. Hey, so he did it, man. He done put you out there, bro.
He did. So 17 FHO members, not just anybody. They need to be FHO. If you want the record that we just did, they have to be FHO members, and it need to be 17 of them.
And I just want to say one last thing. Thank you for letting us be on here. I just wanted you to know that our members did have a great time. We took a picture at every single state line. This wasn't no rushed event. This was a journey, and we enjoyed our journey. And we gave men that had not had the opportunity to catch state lines, signs. We made sure every single one was stopped at, and they caught it, going and coming back. It was definitely a journey. So every ounce of it was documented for these individuals that wanted to document it. And that's what makes it fun, and I'm just grateful that I had an opportunity to do it. Thank you for having this experiment for us. And I don't know if you recall, I was letting you know that a year ago, I tried to actually do this challenge on my own. And Country talked me out of it because at that time I was diagnosed with cancer. And we waited. And once I had gotten on the good side of it, which was a year later, it was even greater of an experience for me because I got to ride with my club brothers.
Because it was time. It was time this time. That time wasn't the right time.
It wasn't the right time.
Exactly.
This was the right time. I rode with family members, extended family, and club brothers. And that was the most beautiful thing that I could ever give myself. So thank you for having this opportunity.
Hey, even though you pissed me off. But last thing to hey, anybody doing I-10 to the end, come to the West Coast in middle of April, down the pound, MC Mother Chapter Annual. We're gonna treat you tremendously. We're gonna treat you guys with the utmost hospitality. Just a little shout out. But come to middle of April, man. Come to LA, West Coast, get some fun in the sun, little beach, and Sil, my guy. Appreciate that red line plug, brother.
That's right.
Let's go. Hey, man, y'all heard it, man. It was down the pound, man. Fellas, I appreciate y'all for caring enough to share y'all ride with us, man. Y'all didn't have to do this, man. But, brother, I am so happy that you guys did it. We're going to be better long-distance motorcycle riders from interviews like this. And, man, this is the beauty of all this stuff, man. It's all about unity. It's all about love on one another to continue to help us to be the best motorcycle riders that we can be, man. So, fellas, before we shut it down, anything else before we shut this thing down?
Man, I just look forward to riding with these two gentlemen every opportunity I get. So I appreciate them and appreciate you having a platform. Thank you.
I
Look
appreciate
forward to
you.
seeing brothers out there on this highway, man. That's all.
you-
Just look
BJ,
forward to
you
seeing
know,
all the clubs.
Hey, you know, Sarge is gonna be out to Cali because the West Coast is the
Hey.
best coast, man. I ain't playing. I'm
I'm
gonna be
Hey,
out
Hey, Sarge,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold you to
Yes,
that,
sir.
brother. I'll see you in
Oh,
April.
Hey, when you know, I definitely got to be one place in April. Yeah, I'm gonna swing by and do that Cali run, but you know I got to be in that dang Phoenix, Arizona.
Hey, we gonna see you when you come that way. So I got you
Let's
when
go.
you get here.
You know what?
And,
Yeah.
and in the words
Yeah.
of my brother Country, we gonna
Yeah.
try to continue to buy one and burn one.
There it is, man. There it is. Hey, brothers. Hey, man. Salute.
Hey,
I appreciate
Sarge,
you guys. Yes, sir.
last thing I want to say is I just want to piggyback off what BJ said. Our Mother Chapter Annual is the third weekend in April, but you know we have chapters that host annuals. You know what I'm saying, all throughout the year on the West Coast, and any club on the East Coast, they decide to come to one of our annuals. You best believe we gonna return that favor.
That's right.
I believe him.
And the hospitality
believe.
will be through the roof. Trust me. We
You
gonna
best
take care of
believe
you.
we gonna return that favor in a major way. You come across there from the East Coast to any of our events, you best believe we gonna return that favor.
I believe him. Down the pound ain't playing, man. I will see you fellas soon. You believe that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The creek don't rise, man. And what is they say the sun come up and all that stuff? I'm gonna see y'all fellas soon. Hey, peace, brother.
All right,
my brother. I appreciate you, man.
Y'all take care, brothers.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yes,
What's up?
sir.
Peace.